This is where we can get stopped, is we're just looking at something in one single way. Language creates. Fear can stop us. One sentence can change your entire life. So this is a sentence. I'll put it in the Zoom chat. If you're taking notes, you can jot it down. The absence of fear is not a prerequisite to action. The absence of fear is not a prerequisite to action. So for the rest of your life, anytime fear shows up, so if you likely have a stove wherever you live, and you have a burner or a gas stove. And so, I have a gas stove. So I turn the gas on, it's got a flame there, and I'm not going to put my hand touching the stove, touching the burner there with the flame going. Fear is going to stop me. Why? Because I don't want to get burned. So our brain has that fear in there to protect us. But when you're looking to publish your book and you have imposter syndrome, and your brain gives you the signal of fear, just like putting your hand on the hot stove, that's not the same kind of fear. Publishing your book is not protecting yourself from burning yourself. It might protect you from being criticized. Maybe that's what's going on. It's preventing you from doing it, or imposter syndrome. But what I want you to get is, if you're waiting for the fear to go away, it may never go away. And it doesn't need to, in order for you to take action on your goals and dreams. The declaration is, you can do it afraid. That might be one of the 10 best ideas of this class. You realizing, man, I've been stopped over and over and over and over and over again by fear. When I launched my company, I was afraid. I was working for Tony Robbins. I quit Tony Robbins, started Eric Hoffman International. And I'm like, man, I'm promoting the biggest brand in personal development. And now I'm a 28-year-old young man working out of a spare bedroom in my condo, and nobody's ever heard of me. And how's this going to work? It's very scary. And I took action even though I was afraid. And I've had a positive impact on people all over the world because of doing it afraid. So who you're being around fear is a very important observation for yourself. Who here on this Zoom right now is present to, I like to improve my relationship with fear. I'd like to be able to take more action if that's you, just type yes in the chat. If that's resonating with you around, man, fear's been stopping me, and I need to strengthen how I connect around fear. And what this is back to unlocking levels for you is looking at, who am I being around fear? And who do I need to be? And you can be present to that, Jill, for the rest of your life. Just be present and notice it. And there may be times you're like, you know what, I got to do it anyway. I'm afraid, but I've got to do it anyway. What we're going to explore today is an idea called being. We're going to take a look at who we're being in many different situations in our life. We are going to explore who we could be. We're going to consider choosing to be something different than who we've been. It's the same guy. It's a friend of mine. His name is Pete Mitchell. And I saw Pete sharing his story on social media. So I got into a call with him. I go, Pete, what happened? How did you turn into Superman, literally? He goes, Eric, my whole life, I was a big guy. And I just thought that's who I was. And I'd go on a diet and it wouldn't work. And I'd do an exercise program and it wouldn't work. And I was just like, my body's just this way, and I'm just my gene, whatever was going on in his thinking. He's like, this is who I am. And he said he watched a movie one time about health and nutrition and food and whatever he was watching. And he got, I could be lean and fit. So it wasn't an exercise routine that created the transformation, although he had an exercise routine. And it wasn't a change in diet, although he changed his diet. He shifted his being, which shifted his actions. He told me, he said, I just started being lean and fit. And I don't remember if he used the word being, but that's what he did. So I'm going to show you something I learned from Steve Hardison. I did a 10-hour coaching agreement with Steve. And the investment for that was $45,000. $45,000 for a day of Steve's time. And we broke it up into 4 2.5-hour sessions. He only coaches in person. So I flew to Arizona, from California to Arizona, 4 times, 4 hotel nights, rental car, meals, blah, blah, blah. So it was $45,000 to invest with him, plus the cost of the travel. And why did I do that? Because Steve's been studying being his whole life. In my view, he's the world's leading expert. And I wanted to learn from him. And that was the price, $45K. I'm going to share with you one of the most valuable ideas that I learned from my time with Steve. And it's what's on the screen. So in one of those coaching sessions, he taught me what's on the screen here. And I'd never heard this before. And he said, Eric, what creates results? And he wasn't asking me, looking for the answer. It was just the way he was teaching me. What creates results? I go, I don't know. He goes, action. Action creates results. If you want different results in your life, take different action. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. In other words, action is upstream from results. And then he said, what creates action? He was asking me, but not looking for an answer. It was just the way he was teaching me. Eric, what creates action? I said, I don't know. He goes, thought or language. Thought or language creates action. He then said, what creates thought or language? He wasn't asking for an answer. It's just how he was teaching me. I said, I don't know. He goes, being. You shift the being, the language changes. The language changes, the actions change. The actions change, the results change. And so that unlocked something for me. So then on a coaching call, I'd get on a call with somebody like yourself, and we'd come to the call, and I go, what would you like help on today? And you would say, I would like some help. Hang on one second here. I want to get my screen where I want to get it here. There we go. And stop share. There we go. Okay. I would say to you, what would you like some help on? And you go, consistency. I go, okay, tell me about that. And you go, I'm not consistent and I need some help with my consistency. So it goes like this. Universe, I declare I'm inconsistent. So you're creating a state of being of inconsistency through your declaration because you're that powerful. And then your thought or language follows, I'm inconsistent. And then if you declare you're inconsistent, what kind of action would you take? Inconsistent action. There it is. I'm inconsistent there. I'm inconsistent there. I'm inconsistent there. And what would you do with the areas of your life where you are consistent? You wouldn't even see it. You'd be blind to it. You'd be focusing on where you're consistent, not noticing where you are consistent, and then your results would be the results of somebody taking inconsistent action. So you come to the coaching call and you go, I need help with my consistency. And I go, that's the problem. You go, what? I go, you're declaring it. What are you talking about? You're creating in your reality that you're inconsistent. Why don't you just start declaring that you're consistent and be that? Being implies choice. You go, wait, what? No, I am inconsistent. This is who I am. I go, I get that. I get that you're declaring that. But I would offer to you that you're not stuck being that. I used to be inconsistent. I went to community college for 5 years and didn't graduate. I'm consistent now. I'm one of the most consistent human beings you'll ever meet in your life. If you follow me around and you get to know me, you'll be like, wow, that guy Lofholm's consistent. But I'm the same guy that was in community college for 5 years. If I was stuck being unfocused, unmotivated, lacking goals, and inconsistent, I wouldn't be here today. Because I'm not stuck, nor are you. So you start noticing that formula and you realize, shift to being like Pete Mitchell, what Pete did, go back to his photo here. And we look at Pete, his entire life, he had been a big guy. How is it possible? One thought shift. I am lean and fit as a declaration. You know that words are powerful. You're aware of that. You've done enough training and you're aware of that. But are you being that words are powerful? Are you becoming aware of what you're communicating? What are you declaring? And look, most of you have never been taught what I'm teaching you before. So now that you're aware, you start shifting what you're saying. How many of you, I mean, we're just an hour in. We're an hour and 12 minutes in. How many of you are seeing, and I have so much more to share with you. How many of you are seeing, though, some possibility for you to increase the results in your life based on what I've shared so far? If you're seeing something for yourself, type the word yes in the chat. And what's amazing is everything that you're seeing for yourself, you have for the rest of your life. And we're just getting started. We haven't even done any of the exercises yet. And this is being recorded. And when you get the recording, please share it with people that could benefit.